All right, hola friends. This is part two of responsibilities. What I was saying, I didn't really want to say too much because my little was listening to me. But as you know, single parents, um, 9 times out of 10, well, my experience, I only speak from the experience of a single mom, because that's what I am. I'm a single mom, so I know that my children are my responsibility. Can't say the same thing for my partner. Um, Yeah, I was in that narcissistic relationship, and we had the agreements and the discussions, about, I didn't want them to be in a single parent household and all those things, but as you can see, that didn't really happen. So since I survived that narcissistic relationship, now I could have stayed in that narcissistic relationship, and then I would not be having all these physical problems that I'm having now, because that is one thing that was a benefit from being in that relationship, was that I didn't have to do everything physically by myself. He was good for, doing all the physical parts, the physical things when it came to the children. I didn't have to worry about that. But, as a result of that relationship ending, that has caused my health to deteriorate. And I understood that when we were together. He understood that when we were together, but I don't think he fully understood it. So that also causes me to also speak for disabled people as well, because I can speak from a single mom experience, and I can speak from a disabled person's experience as well, because I've been classified as disabled since, let me see, what year was that? Since about 2006, 2007. So I can speak from that experience as well. Um, yeah, it's no fun being a disabled person. It's no fun at all. Um, it does a lot to you. It does a lot to you mentally, as well as physically. And a disability does not have to be visible to everyone else. It can be invisible. Basically, you could be on the outside looking in and think there's nothing wrong with that individual. But I can speak for myself when I say that. It's really none of your business what a person's disability is, unless they want to share it with you. If a person is brave enough to reach out and ask you for help, if you have compassion or any type of empathy, then it would be okay for you to willingly help that person. It would be okay for you to volunteer and help a person. A person doesn't have to look like there's something wrong with them. Like I said in my previous video, maybe not in the previous one, but I've said it in the past. They've been trying to put me in a wheelchair for a couple years now, and I refuse to be in a wheelchair. I have a walker that I had to leave when I had to leave Alabama, and I have a walking stick. I have the handicap, the tags. I got all that stuff. It's on my driver's license. It's on my vehicle. Like, I have all of that, but like I said, it's not you or anybody else's job to judge a book by its cover. Basically, you're on the outside looking in, and it's already difficult enough to have a disability. So it's like I'll say I don't need the extra burden of trying to explain to a person why I need help or what I need help. So when I was in that narcissistic relationship, there were a lot of things that he was doing for me, like driving, keeping, like whatever things around the house, the dishes, the trash, the physical stuff when it came to the children, dressing them, bathing them, all those different things. And, there's people on the outside looking in. You're like, oh, he's doing everything. He's such a great dad. He was just doing what he was supposed to do, because those children were both of our responsibility. And then he decided to abandon that responsibility when he decided he didn't want to be in a relationship anymore. Now, mind you, it was a toxic relationship, but the only thing I said was, you could still help with the children. Like, we don't have to be together for you to do what needs to be done when it comes to the children, because I'm already knowing, and I've been explaining, is that the more I have to do physically, the faster my health is going to decline. But of course, with them being a narcissist, of course they don't believe you. They don't think you need all the help that you're asking for. So when you tell a person that you're not supposed to do something, and then they say, well, you're doing it anyway. I see you doing it anyway. Um, just because the person is not supposed to do something doesn't mean that they can't do it. In my case is there's a lot of things I'm not supposed to do, because if I do it, then I have to pay the price for it after I do it. Meaning I'll be in pain, like a lot of pain after I do it. But if I'm the only person that's responsible for whatever needs to be done, guess who has to do it? So no matter how I feel and no matter how much pain I'm in, guess what? It still has to be done. I mean, so what am I supposed to do? Just let it not get done? No, I have to step up because I'm a single parent. And I understood that I didn't want to keep dealing with all that narcissistic stuff. Whenever he decided to leave, like I said previously, I took it as a sign. And plus, like I said, I know that these children are my responsibility. I mean, it takes two people to make a baby. And so both people should be responsible for them. So, you know, I say this to anybody that's in a relationship, whether you're married or unmarried or together or not together or whatever you want to call yourselves, it's still both people's responsibility. And like I said to him, even when we were together, if you're not able to physically do or help the way, do what needs to be done, then we can pay somebody. So there you go. There's a solution. So if you're not with that person, you should still make sure that those things, those needs are still taken care of. And I don't really care how anybody feels about that. I mean, responsibilities are responsibilities. All the responsibilities should not just be on one parent. And as a result of everything being on me as the responsible parent, that's caused my health to deteriorate. And there's no way for my health to get any better as long as I'm responsible for doing everything for two small children. So that means that I can't take care of my physical body because they need what they need. I have to be a present, full-time parent no matter how I feel. Like even with this past few days where I'm like literally spending 90% of my time has been spent in the bed these last 2 or 3 days, but I still have to get up and get them whatever it is that they need and want. They cannot do without or go without just because I'm not feeling well. So guess what? That means that my recuperation or my recovery time is longer because I still have to take care of them and look out for them. So, like I said, this is part 2 of responsibility. So always be mindful of every decision that you make. For every action, there's a reaction, and we have to be responsible for all of our actions. So as a single parent, you may have disabilities to where you can't do the things that you need to do to, have an outlet or to give yourself some relief. Like I literally just had to switch. I have to, I have to do certain things a certain way because of my disabilities. So maybe you can't write because you can't use your hands. Like I normally go sit in the car and listen to music, but as you can see, I'm not in the car because I injured myself and like literally I've been stuck in the bed. Like I'm literally, I just had to come in here and sit on the couch for as long as I could because I didn't want them, basically, I don't want my littles to hear what I'm saying because they're very intelligent and they'll figure it out. And I don't want them to get any kind of negative vibes, about anybody or anything when I'm making these videos. I do my best, to make sure that I don't project my, whatever onto them, to make sure they still have a good day. And the last couple of days, they've been saying, oh, this is the best day ever. So hopefully and prayerfully, I'm doing a good job. But like I said, if you can't do the things that you normally do to help you have an outlet or relieve your stress, you can pray, you can listen to music, you can find a show that you like to watch. That's pretty much what I've been doing. I haven't been able to do any type of computer work because I really can't be in any position for a long period of time. But all that to say, I still wanted to get my content out here and I still wanted to do what needed to be done. And I still needed to have a little moment of time, a little pocket of time to myself, and I'll be surrounded, by little people and little voices. So as a single parent, you got this. We got to do what we got to do. I love you. God loves you. And y'all have a blessed day.